Hello everyone and welcome back to the Belgian Beer Brothers channel. Cedric here in Antwerp with another brew review, and today we are going at number 15 of these both advent calendars, of course, starting with Van Steenberge. Now, I have been looking at this calendar and for the life of me I couldn't find number 15, but then it struck me that they did something quirky here and they actually added two, already broke it, but they added two of these compartments to the top. Oh, of course. Unfortunately, just like the rest of this thing, this is poorly engineered and I can't even find the beer that's supposed to be there. Oh yeah, so they put in a placeholder with a round hole to cover a square space, and of course the bottle tilts and gets stuck under that placeholder. I keep saying it, if you need someone, I'm happily engineering the next one. But apart from that, Fourchette beer, Fourchette French for a fork, Mark the Moment, 7.5% ABV. Now, I have seen this beer in supermarkets very often. They are quite vocal about it. They love to make a fuss about it or commercialize it. But actually, I've never taken the time to try one. So I'm actually quite happy with this. And for some reason, they only put it in here in French and Dutch. So this is a hearty a hearty triple with several grains, soft, bitter, pleasantly refreshing. So the difference between this one and the 14 previous beers is that this isn't just water, malted barley, sugar, hops, yeast and rice, but they added wheat as well. Okay, very curious. Now, I do like these bottles. I like the matte black and the gold lettering. Actually, I am looking for almost the same idea for my business cards, but probably incorporating the dark green from the walls here. However, we're not here to talk about my marketing, but about the beer. Another branded bottle cap. Now, one thing that I notice is that the label is on pretty crooked, but of course that doesn't say anything about the beer. That's one for later on. Oh, nice and pale. Lovely hazy pale yellow. Actually, I like this color a lot. Quite a bit of bubbling going on there, so the effervescence is on point as well. Lovely white foam, again like a mountaintop, and more foam is forming. Nice medium density, creamy, soft, smooth. A bit velvety. So far so good. Lovely aroma. This has wheat alongside the barley and the rice, but actually it really smells like a classic wheat beer. And I'm not just talking about the Baptist White, but I'm talking about the classic wheat beers, like maybe not a Hefeweizen, but like Blanche de Namur, like Hoegaarden, the original, yeah, things like that. Funny thing about wheat beers is that they have a rather I would say a softly sweet malty scent. But also there's a bit of lemony aroma in there. A bit herbal as well. So I'm guessing coriander probably. Maybe some orange peel. But let's see what the taste can tell us. Cheers. It doesn't just taste like a wheat beer. Of course, that would have been quite rare, a 7.5% wheat beer, or at least here. But I think this is a nice mixture of a classic wheat beer and a triple, which, as far as I can remember, I haven't had before. Now, this is a like it or not kind of thing, like many beers are, des goûts et des couleurs. But I kind of like this. I'm not saying I will order 2 or 3 of these on a night, but yeah, pretty nice. And it has a very interesting, yeah, let's say partly complex, but mainly interesting flavor profile, meaning that I get the maltiness and the booziness. It is quite alcohol forward from the triple, and that herbaceousness, that yeah, call it coriander, because this is an overlap between wheat beer and classic Belgian triples. That is coriander. It is in both beers, and I have the feeling that they actually boosted the amount of coriander here a bit, which I absolutely do not mind, by the way. I like coriander in my beer, and it may taste true. I still get that lemony finish in the taste, so it is pretty weird, fun weird. I'd call this quirky. But yeah, it's like I'm drinking a heavy enriched wheat beer with the character and the aftertaste of a triple. So nicely done. I think for me, up until now, this is the surprise, the revelation of this advent calendar. And most of the time I buy these advent calendars just to discover new beers. It's like going to a festival and visiting all the side stages and the marquees as well, to discover new bands. But this is, for me, a way to discover new beers and what brewers are up to. And I did so with the Brussels Beer Project, but for BBP it's very easy. They are always up to something. But for me, the Van Steenberge, I thought it was a bit boring up until now. But of course, I'm guessing they keep their specialty beers for last. But this is quite a surprise, and I'm going to look at this in a whole different way when I see this in a supermarket now. And there's also that tiny, tiny hint of sweetness. Very nice. Also quite bitter, and I didn't expect that. This is a nice, mouthy, full-flavored, I'd say bitter and dry, but with a sweet touch beer. I would classify this as a quirky triple. So for scoring, I am torn between 3.5 and 3.75, because there's this one tiny thing that is a bit off for me, and I don't know what. but I do like this. I do like the way it's made and the thought behind this. So let's just call it a 375. Well deserved. Okay, that all being said, thank you guys so much for watching again and sticking with me. I would love to see you guys again tomorrow or in about half an hour with Mr. Hops Space Beer case. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up, let me know. If you want to see more, subscribe and hit the bell icon. You will get notified whenever I upload something. That should be quite a lot right now, but yeah, whatever you like. And I will see you guys again tomorrow or in half an hour with more beer reviews. Cheers, you guys.